Imagine lying on an operating table. A doctor's voice is calm and close as they tell you to count backward from 10. 10, 9, 8, and then nothing. Hours later, you suddenly wake up in a different room. It feels like only a few seconds have passed. The clock on the wall says otherwise. So where did your mind actually go? Many people think general anesthesia is just a deep sleep, but that's not true at all. When you sleep, your brain is still buzzing with activity. You dream vivid stories. You process the day's memories, deciding what to keep and what to discard. You can even be pulled back to consciousness by a loud or sudden sound. Under general anesthesia, your brain behaves in a profoundly different way. The medicine, once in your bloodstream, travels to your brain, but instead of simply making you sleepy, it does something far more radical. It systematically interrupts the communication between different parts of your brain. Imagine thousands of people talking in a giant stadium. The air is filled with a hum of conversation. Suddenly, every single microphone stops working. The people are all still there, but no one can communicate across the vast space. The stadium falls silent. That's what happens inside your head. The intricate networks responsible for your awareness, for your sense of self, temporarily stop working together. Without that constant crackling communication, your conscious experience simply disappears. This leads to a common question. If I wasn't asleep, why didn't I dream? Because dreaming itself requires specific brain networks to remain active and connected. General anesthesia suppresses those networks much more deeply than even the deepest sleep. For your brain, it's less like drifting off and more like someone pressing a pause button on the entire system. No dreams, no formation of new memories, no awareness of time passing. One moment you're counting backward, and the very next, a nurse is gently calling your name. Can patients hear doctors talking? Usually no. During a properly administered general anesthetic, the brain is typically unable to form conscious, lasting memories of conversations or sounds in the operating room. All the while, doctors are continuously monitoring your breathing, your heart rate, your blood pressure, and your oxygen levels, ensuring you remain safely and completely anesthetized. But here's the strangest part of the entire experience. Time doesn't feel slow. It doesn't feel fast. It simply doesn't exist. If your surgery lasts for 4 hours, your brain doesn't experience those 4 hours. From your perspective, it's as if someone skipped a chapter in a book or fast-forwarded through a huge chunk of a movie. The gap is seamless. So, to answer that first question, where do you actually go under anesthesia? Based on our best scientific understanding, you don't travel anywhere. You don't enter some other realm. The you that experiences the world is a product of billions of neurons chattering back and forth. Anesthesia doesn't send you away. It temporarily dismantles the machinery that generates your awareness in the first place. And when the medicine wears off and those brain networks slowly flicker back online and reconnect, your experience simply continues from the exact moment it left off. The microphones are turned back on, and the conversation of you just resumes.